Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Rhythm Zone. Today, we're going to be talking about the topic the role of a drummer in a band. Now, when I talk about the band, I mean the band as in a church, in a group, maybe a group of singers, or probably in a gig somewhere. You see, it's very important that the drummer knows what he is supposed to do in the band. Because most of the times you can get carried away by probably the ambience or the crowd cheering. So it's about you keep yourself locked in on what you're supposed to do. And the drummer is actually the one in charge of the rhythmic section of the band. They keep the groove going, they keep the tempo locked in. Now, number one, the drummer is the timekeeper. Now here, he is the one that is in charge of the time of a song. Like for instance, a song can be played and he determines how fast or how slow the music goes. If at any point in time it goes off the metronome or it goes off the timing, it means every other instrument, every other musician would follow suit, and which at the end of the day might not be good for the production. So for the drummer, you need to be locked in with the time. Number two, the drummer is the bridge in which all other instruments and other musicians, they fall or they drive on. Now here, you see, as I said in the first one, the drummer is the timekeeper. He actually is the one giving the bass for the music to flow. The tempo and the tempo in which he plays the song is what other musicians will have to follow. And if he peradventure does not play the right tempo for the music, it means other musician would actually not be playing the right thing. So it's important that the drummer has either in this case he might have to use a metronome, which will help him keep timing and help him locked in, or he uses the clicks as well. Thirdly, the drummer is actually a follower. Here, there are times that probably like in a gig, the drummer can get carried away by the cheering or the applaud of the audience, or he could as well just be carried away by maybe he wants to play some syncopations, he wants to play some new things that just comes to mind. Here the drummer has to follow the music. You see, it is one thing to play the song and it's another thing to play the music the way it's supposed to be played. So the drummer's role is just to follow, and you have to be sensitive to the music. As the music evolves, you have to evolve with it. Where you need to play the rim shot, you use your rim shot. Where you need to raise your volume, you raise your volume. Where you need to go low, you go low. So the drummer does not just play on his own. He's not in his own world. He has to follow the music and follow every other musician. Also, number four, the drummer has to be able to adapt to his environment. This role is something that we're going to talk about in another session as the adaptive drummer. Here, the drummer has to understand his audience. Like for instance, you could be in front of a crowd of 1,000 and there you can play your full blast, full volume with everything, all syncopations and all what you need to add to it. But there are cases that you might be in front of maybe an audience of 500 or an audience of 200. Now, you won't be playing with the same intensity as if you're playing with a crowd of 1,000. Why? Because at times you could play too loud and it could be harming to the ears of your listener and your audience. And once that element comes in, your music would not flow. So it's important that you need to understand when to reduce your volume or when to play high. Like in some cases, you could be in probably like a small group of probably 100 people or 50 people. You might not necessarily have to play with your full stick. Probably you have to use your rim shot or your cross sticks. And maybe in the course of the play, if you see that you're being too loud, you could as well switch to your drum brush. And also we have the drum rod as well. Fifth point is the drummer has to be very proactive. Now, being proactive, I mean you have to be in the groove. You have to be sensitive to what's happening around you. You see, there are times that the singer probably might have, or you might already have a laid down, a set down, say song that you want to take, but in the course of the atmosphere, you could just notice that there has to be a shift or a switch. The drummer has to be very sensitive to you to move. He has to be flexible. You see, don't be too stereotype. Saying that okay, this is what was played and this is what we need to play. You need to understand if the musicians need to move, you have to move with them. If the singer has to move to a different realm, you have to move with the musician. So you have to be in sync. Because one thing is for sure, you are not just there for yourself. You are actually there for the musicians. You are actually there for the singer. See, there's no need you trying to draw attention to yourself, because you are in a band and you are actually one of the components that make up the music. Now, bear in mind that there are times that some drummers can decide to want to show their skills, maybe in the course of playing, or they want to just exhibit some of the things that they just learned. Now, note that the drum, or in the course of a gig, that's not where you start to rehearse or start to practice what you just heard or what you think you want to play. No, here when you're playing the gig, you play what is required. Remember, in your band, you are playing as a unit. You are actually complementing other musicians. So don't overplay, don't overroll, don't play outside what is required. And also bear in mind, one band, one sound. Thank you. Till next time.